Hello, everyone. We are live. Hillary kind of froze on us for a second.
Hello, hello, and happy New Year. Is this our first
Yeah.
day for the year? Yeah, it is. All right, we're in
Oh
January.
my gosh. Yeah. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is
This is the
Happy New
first
Year.
first of many. Welcome, welcome.
Welcome, everybody, to a brand new year. And we are kicking it off running because you know us, we like to give you the nuggets, the golden juice, so that you can get your business rolling. All right. Whether you're a homeschooling mom who's like, you know what, I need to bring in a little extra income, or whether you've been struggling for years to bring your business online and you finally figured out how to do it.
Yes. Yes.
All
Hopefully,
right.
with a few tips that we've given you.
With a few tips that we've shared. Yes, definitely. So this month, as you know, we always like to have a theme for the month. Okay. So this month of January, we're kicking off with something that you see a lot of activity on social media. But as Deb shared with me, and this is how you're going to see as we go through today's episode of the Ready Set Grow show, you're gonna see that sometimes being on social media is not as easy as they say.
Right. Oh my goodness gracious. It can be very time consuming.
Mhm.
And as Hillary and I talked about this, I used to do scheduling. I'd schedule out my posts and everything, and I kind of got away from that, but I wanted to get back to it. So as we were trying to decide what we wanted to bring to you guys, that popped up. So
Yeah,
I'm going to kind of be a little bit of a devil's advocate. Hillary, I'm going to ask the questions because I know some of you out there are probably where I was at one time. And so I'm hoping that the questions that I ask Hillary and as she explains will help you what we are doing. And so actually how you could help us
mhm,
is by commenting and say, wow, this really helped me. This really guided me. Or I didn't understand that. Because if we need to go over it again, we gladly will.
yeah,
Because we're not here just to blow hot air at you guys. Actually, you can't feel that hot air, but, um, we want you to learn as we did. So,
yes,
anyway.
definitely. And one of the things like in business, right? Especially new entrepreneurs, whether you're in network marketing or you just started an online business, like you took our 12 steps that we shared in December and you start your online business. One of the things that we talked about, yeah,
You keep freezing up every now and then. And
okay,
I don't know if you stay closer to your computer. Sorry, we
that's okay.
love to watch Hillary. Um, so, and we can still hear you when you freeze up a little bit, but
Mhm. But I'm just a little staticky. So what I just did is I took my phone off the Wi-Fi, so we'll see if that gives us a little more bandwidth.
okay,
All right.
okay.
But one of the things, so sorry to my train of thought. So one of the things we talked about in December was social media, and you've got
Hmm.
to get out there and post, right? So Deb, shared with me that in the beginning she used to schedule, and in the beginning I used to schedule too. And for me, it seemed easier. Okay. Um, I like spreadsheets. I like scheduling, right? So it seemed easier to me, right? So what was one of the challenges with just keeping up with that, Deb?
Oh, keep it. The challenge was finding the time. And what I did was like on a Sunday afternoon, I would spend 2 to 3 hours scheduling out. And actually, I'll be honest with you, I started 3 a day. I would schedule 3 posts a day, different times in the day. And, I would do a week to 2 weeks. And doing three a day, whew, that's 21 a week. And so, which was great once it was scheduled, but it was like, okay, now what can I talk about? okay, now what can I post? And so as time went and my time got busier as my business was starting to really grow, um, I would knock it down to two. And then it got busy and I got busy. And so then I would knock it down to one, still being consistent. But now I have to tell you, I'm not so consistent. And that's why we talked about scheduling, the scheduler, because the way I used to schedule was on my business page because I could schedule it. You can't on your personal page. And so now it seems like I still have my business page, and obviously our video goes to my business page. But I want to do things on my personal page too because it gives me a bigger audience.
Yeah.
And so that's what we talked about, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight.
Yeah. So there are two, like, so Deb, what I'm hearing is like those are two challenges, right? One was the scheduling. And the interesting thing about the progression of social media over the years. So when I got started, we were able to schedule to our personal profiles. And it's interesting because I see in my, like, when you get, what are those things called? Memories on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Memories of,
Mm-hmm.
right. A couple of weeks ago, memories came up for about maybe 8 or 7 years ago. And it says posted from Hootsuite. All right. And I was like, oh, yeah. That's when I used to schedule to my personal page from Hootsuite. So we got these things where the progression of social media and what they allowed access to kind of disappeared. All right. So there was a time when you could have scheduled to your personal page and then you didn't have to worry about a thing. There are few
Mm.
there are few things that you could still do scheduling to what's called the personal profile. Um, but it's not as automated as when you're doing it on your business page, right? So that's just the progression of this industry. Let's put it that way.
Right.
The
Yeah.
second thing is that trying to sit down and think of what to post, right? And that's where we're going to talk about one of the tools that I came across last year, right? Even as a social media manager, I found it a very effective tool, all right, for, and I call it a tool, but you could call it a tool, you could call it a system, but it is just something to help you with one of the tactics that has to be done in your business, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's called Viral Marketing Stars, and we drop the link inside of the description for you. But it's really, and when I shared it with Deb yesterday, she was like, oh, you don't have to think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because let's face it, sometimes you think so much. Well, I can only speak for myself. My brain seems to hurt. It's like I'm trying to give value here, but my brain is like, so when she talked about this, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is cool. I love this.
Yeah, and it's really so. The thing is, we in the social media, and this is interesting that sometimes when you're in this space, you see the same things all over, right? But there are things that stand out. Okay, there are different things that stand out, and we've seen social templates, right? There are people selling social media Canva templates all over social media. I don't know about you, but I see them in my newsfeed all the time. The thing is, a lot of those templates don't come with a system, with instructions, with a really easy way to change your images. So I don't know, Deb, if you want me to do a quick screen share to actually show what I showed you.
Yeah, and bear with us here for just a second.
So what I'm
Okay,
going to
I
do,
just need to click on share.
no, so I'm going to do the share. All right. I'm going to screen
Oh,
share.
okay.
But then
So I don't need to do anything.
no, what you have to do is click on that. You should see a screen share down at
I
the
do.
bottom. Right. So what
I
you have to do is click that into the view. Right. And then you should see my screen. Are you seeing my screen?
I am.
Right. Okay. So this is basically the system that I shared with Deb yesterday, and it's called the Viral Content Club. Now, whether it's well, right now we're not too sure, but we know this is going to be on the internet for quite some time, so you probably have access to it at another time. But basically, it is a content creation system for your social media. All right. Um, you and your social media is supposed to help you in your business, right? You are looking for basically all your images done for you with instructions on how to get them, how to change the text and all of this stuff. So what I showed Deb yesterday was quite interesting because this is an example of what I would get. And they have all these templates. You import them into your Canva, all right? Kind of like this. You just bring them. Hold on. Oops. Sorry. I'll show you. Wait, is it? Where is it? Copy. Right. This is it. Oh, I know what's wrong. I'm not in my Canva. So it comes in just like this, right? And what I love, especially in this edition, right, is that you are able to very easily and quickly update these templates now to your own brand colors, right? So you see they come in whatever colors they decide to shoot them out in, right? Maybe your brand colors are not pink. All right. Maybe you're a guy selling golf stuff and your colors are not
Mhm.
pink. And because of Canva's tools, you're able to come in here, click on the image, and say your brand colors are blue. Okay. And there's this little button down here at the end called Change All. You change all to blue, and then anything that was pink and this template is now blue. Don't know if you're noticing it. Anything
Yeah.
that was pink is now blue. Anything that was pink is now blue. So it makes your content creation easier. Now, obviously, you're probably asking the question, well, what do I put in those little squares? Well, you put images of yourself, your product. But
Mhm.
apart from just getting the templates like everybody else is doing, you also get the purpose of the template. All right. You get what it's for. This one's for conversation. All right. You get different repurposing ideas so that maybe you have a blog post that you have, and you could take little headings from the blog post and create it there. They give you different ways of using it based on the niche that you're in. All right. So, what you could literally do on a Sunday afternoon for an entire month when you get these templates is go through each template, read through the document, see how to use it. All right. Create all your images in one shot. And then the interesting thing is you could either download them and schedule them however you want to schedule, or you could try to schedule them through Canva directly. Okay. We'll have another discussion on scheduling in more detail. But this is just
Right.
one of those tools that I wanted to share with you. So let me come
Yeah.
back to StreamYard and stop sharing.
Now,
Oh,
I have a question that when we did our series in December, we did paid versions and free versions. Does this have a free version, especially for those entrepreneurs that are just getting started and may not have a whole lot of cash to outlay?
so when you say, do you mean the viral content,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
template?
Since that's
No.
what you just showed.
Yes. So unfortunately, no, there isn't a free version of it. All right.
Okay.
But there are different packets. So they have
Okay.
in the past offered where they have like 100 of their most popular templates for like $20. All right. So that is something that as a new entrepreneur you could start off. And if you have 100 posts, that's approximately 3 months of content. Because you're not going to be posting every day likely. You may want to spread out your post. All right, there we are.
Yeah. I'm like, why are we so little?
Right. So you may want to do that. So they don't have a free version of it, all right, but it is something because it's a very powerful tool. The way that I
But
see it, especially from a content creation standpoint, they've
right.
taken a
And
lot of the thinking out for you.
yeah, and like you say, a small amount of money
Mhm.
compared to thousands of
Thousands,
dollars.
exactly.
So,
Yes,
Okay.
compared to, like, the thing is, I sometimes I compare it to like a graphic designer, right? I've used
Mhm.
graphic designers in the past before for my social media because I just didn't have the time to create my images. Now, the unfortunate thing about using a graphic designer who does not know your business,
Yeah.
doesn't know who your audience is, doesn't know your messaging, what do you end up doing? You end up literally creating the content, still spending the time to create the content, and then they're just taking it and making it look pretty.
Yeah. Yeah. So save yourself some money because they won't do it for $20.
No, they won't. That's for sure. That's for sure.
So that was awesome. Thank you for showing us
Mhm.
that, and I'm excited to go and jump in and look
Mhm.
at it and see if it's something that I can use and
Yeah.
I want to use. But what you have said and how you've explained it, um, I want to explore.
Yes, yes, definitely. And one other thing that we're gonna touch on during this month, because it's like, especially social media. I remember you said that you were consistent, right? At least you were
Hmm.
consistent, and then now you haven't been, right? One of the things with social media is that social media punishes you for inconsistency. And
Oh yeah,
if you are not being consistent on your social platforms, then you're basically starting from scratch. You want to be able to have a pool, a resource of assets, basically, that you're able to put out there, even if you're not getting a lot of engagement, but your social media is there for you to connect with other people. And
right.
as Deb, I mean, I don't know in your experience with the social, especially some of the Facebooks, the Instagram, you don't get a lot of interaction now, especially on those business pages. But
Right.
just think, if somebody came to your website, read a blog post, one of the first things they're going to do is check you out on social media.
Hmm.
They want to
I
see
do.
what's going. Exactly.
Yeah, I want to see if I want to be friends with this person. I
Exactly.
might like the blog, but I got to find out more about the person, and that's what social media is good for.
Hmm.
Is you can show your whole self. I took some pictures getting ready to bake Christmas cookies. I've taken pictures of the grandkids, and or whatever we're doing. And so when somebody's checking you out, they want to see the whole you, not just one aspect, because none of us are just one aspect. So
Exactly.
that's what's good about social media.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely. So, any other questions?
I can't think of anything. The viral marketing stars, I absolutely love that we started that conversation and you introduced me to it. I hope this helped you guys out there also to check it out and see. It's not the only thing out there, but we will be talking. As Hillary said,
Hmm.
this is a month of another type of a series. So,
Definitely. So we're here this month to help you make your social media a little easier, to take the stress off of sitting down for 3 hours to do 2 weeks of post. Okay.
right, right. Yeah.
And also to get a system in place. All right. So we're definitely here to help with that this month. We're looking forward to seeing you and chatting with you next week.
Yes, yes, yes. So
Have a
thank you,
great
thank
night,
you,
all.
thank you for your information, Miss Hillary.
You're
And we
welcome.
will see you guys next week.
Bye, all.
Bye.